that's happening, but it's interesting you say that you're seeing not necessarily that primarily that's occurring, you know, with the TCO and the researchers.
And it's all awesome.
And it's awesome. It's huge, and there's some major businesses and devices that have come from the University of Utah, but it's interesting we still come up with stuff we're talking about now, even though we are really strong in it. The research is driving all that, and that has nothing to do with our presentation, which is part of my world. So, actually, so that kind of is an interesting segue because what we were just talking about, medical devices, research, and clearly business is sort of where my interests lie. And I teamed up with Ashley and Amy because when we started out in the class and we all had to put in our venture concepts and screen them for one another, I got Ashley's idea and it really caught my eye. And actually it's interesting speaking to a big group of guys because it caught me off guard and that I was really interested in this concept and wanted to help her pursue it and push it forward. And it might catch your attention as well. One reason it did catch my eye is that I was sitting with my girlfriend when I was reading these and doing the screening, and I thought, hey, listen to this idea. And she said, well, where do we sign up? When can we go? And I was like, I don't know, maybe I need to get partner up with Ashley. So it's not something that's my bread and butter at all, but it's something that caught my eye, and now that the website's open and you guys are all going to tell your wives, you now have something to do this summer for a nice little date. Anyway, so our concept that Ashley really created is called Art Vintage. And the general idea is it's painting lessons in a social setting and having a glass of wine, having a beer, having some juice, hanging out, having some food, and painting with your friends, with your significant others. The initial demographics, we can get to that, but is targeting groups of women, bachelorette parties, that kind of social gathering that encompasses going out, having an instructor, painting a designated pre-designed painting in about 2 hours and having a good time.
So it's like Build-A-Bear for me.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Build-A-Bear and food, right? Because they do those cooking classes. So it's you smash in the super collider, Build-A-Bear and food, and imagine I actually can have a girlfriend if any of those things.
Rob, you just show up.
I'll show up by myself and just creep out all weekend.
Hey.
What's happening?
Hey, we broke the singles boards, so I mean, we got the demographics.
Right.
I was going to expect a
All right,
bachelorette party. What's the subject matter going to be?
Right. No, exactly.
Yeah.
No, so that's interesting because Sean's first comments for the class or his presentation was passions. A lot of people enjoy art. They enjoy eating good food. They enjoy partnering. Getting together with their friends. A lot of people like having a glass of wine or drinking good liquor. What have you. So this merges a bunch of different passions for people. And there are certainly analogs and antilogs to this. I mean, the analog is just, as you're saying, the concept of Build-A-Bear and having a drink, being with your significant other. There's also analogs specifically that have painting classes with a glass of wine. There's actually two that are more local. There's one in Park City. What is it?
Hey Mixer, launch in September.
Yeah, launch in September. Paint Mixer. And there's also Painting with a Twist, which is in Murray.
So how are they doing?
There we go. I'll tell you. So what they do.
Sorry, this is like the best part of my whole life. Like this stuff, I'm just like peeing my pants with excitement.
So the key thing about those two businesses is that they have a location. They have their studio where customers come to them and they have an a la carte. You can buy your wine, you can buy some food, but you come to their location. They rent this place, they own the business, they advertise for this business, they bring people to them, which also means we can talk about the pricing stuff later. That means they have high overhead, they have their cost of running their business, paying bills, paying rent, all that stuff. Where we switch it is that our goal is to be more community involved and get out. So we actually have, and Ashley will hit on this, is we actually have established partnerships with a few restaurants and so in Salt Lake City. And that was part of our experimentation. I won't go too far. But what we want to do, and what we are doing, is...
Man, you're just going to explode.
I know!
Honestly, what's happening back there? It's just freaking vibrating. Like,
that's why I told her, I was like, let me talk first, calm down. And then you do everything else. This is her baby. She'll fill in where I'm messing up, but I'm trying. So anyway, we partner with local restaurants, and we actually bring the painting classes to them. So it works twofold or multifold. It's business for us. we're also bringing customers to new restaurants that they may not have been to, which is great for them. Introduce them to new food, new drink, new atmospheres. And it's also great for the businesses. So it's appealing to these businesses that we've partnered with because they say, okay, we get to do something a little different than serving, beer and wine. We actually get to have, an art class come to us and host this event. They get to be our venue and get some free marketing, essentially. So what we're doing is, as I said, we are partnering with local businesses. For example, Desert Edge Brewery, Cafe Melisse, part of experimentation. We talked to a lot of other venues. And we are also partnering with local artists or even students from the University of Utah and going out into the community and doing these art classes in these settings. One major twist is that our business model will include food. We'll get to the experimentation, but food is included with your fee. You get a canvas, you get painting supplies, you get the drop cloths. Food is included, but then per Utah liquor laws, you pay for a glass of wine, you pay for beer, or nothing at all. And have a good time, have some food, and go home with a painting. So on that's the general idea, and we did some experimentation, which I'll let Amy talk about.
So there's basically three things we had to find out. Do we have a customer? Do we have a venue or multiple venues? And do we have an artist to teach the class? And so our first hypothesis, do we have a customer? We decided the best way to test that is to ask. Ask our peers, ask the people we work with, ask the people we go to school with. And so our sample wasn't huge. We had 31 people that we talked to, and we asked a set of questions.
It was extremely qualitative, though. We don't want to downplay that. It certainly wasn't a click-through. It was an interview with 31 people.
And I'd also mention that we each targeted our own network of people. We all hang out with different groups, and so it was actually kind of interesting because we had different responses from different groups of people, different demographics, but there were definitely some overarching themes and ideas that we've now incorporated into the iterative business model.
Yeah, and something we found is women were more interested than the men until we asked them, about pitching the date idea, either with a wife, significant other, whoever, and then they seemed more interested. And then like thing number two is they were willing to pay a higher price if food was included. And so that was something that we found.
she targeted. There's an echo over there. Yeah, she targeted a few that she knew. I also went and I talked to the people at Cucina in the Avenues. I talked to people at Caputo's Deli, people that I thought would have space. I also talked to people at Epic Brewery because they partner with places like Caputo's. They've got a little like mini area. So basically, I think we each kind of hit on venues that are of interest to us. I mean, this struck me because it caught my attention. I didn't think it would, and I thought, okay, like she wants to do kind of the wine and point thing. Like I want to paint some crazy painting and like have a beer and have some fun. And we all sort of saw it in a different way, which I guess makes the business model a little more diverse. It's a wider demographic, and we'll continue with experimentation.
I'm sorry to interrupt. When you went to Desert, you went to Desert Edge.
Yeah.
So you went to where?
I went like Cucina. I went to Caputo's. I went to Epic.
And so did you have the similar response?
Yeah, Epic was tough because they don't really have a venue on their own, and so they kind of said, well, we partner with someone like Caputo's, we partner with Cucina, we'd be willing to like have our name on your plaque, but they're not going to donate to us.
Right.
So they were very positive about it, but they really said,
We don't have the space.
we don't have the space, and we don't tell us how we can help out, and how this is feasible for us as well. Where something like Desert Edge, which caught on really quick, said we've got the space, we've got the food, we've got the venue, let's do it. So the overall.
Was just making sure that she didn't have some special messaging or reality distortion field or passion on it, or just like blowing everyone's head off, right?
I basically went in and like Cucina is a smaller place, but they just got their liquor license and started serving. I live in the Avenues and I thought this would be a great place to go. And talked to one of their managers and they said, yeah, let's do it. And that hasn't rolled through because she's been planning with other venues. But they were pretty positive and said, yeah, we'd like to help. And I also pitched hey, we're business students. We're not just business people coming out here to we just are trying to make money. We have something that we want to get involved in the community. We want to start this, and we'd like to help you. Can you help us? Yeah.
So they didn't want any money for like reserving the space because it seems like you're
Not for
gonna
the
be taking
space.
up some
No.
Surprisingly, no. They actually for the one that I was talking about, Cucina, they have one big area and then they kind of have a smaller section. And they said, well, we don't know if we can give you the bigger area, but we'd be happy in the evenings to let you use that smaller space. Just so
we
we
targeted groups that you knew they had some extra space.
Yeah, definitely, and they definitely they didn't want to lose business by giving up that space just for an event. But if they had some extra, or in Desert Edge, it's a pretty big place, they can spare some room.
We targeted businesses where we know people. So the space thing was not necessarily like Cafe Melissa does not have a really private dining space. They just expanded a little bit, but they're an example of one. That's why they're putting us in the art gallery over at Utah Artist Hand, which is pretty cool.
So I was just going to compliment you one. Actually, I think the idea is brilliant. But to give you a little backstory, I have done this.
Yeah,
I did it in Park City.
at VintageArt.
Yes.
You actually were at one.
I've done this. Yes.
Okay, I thought you meant you started this business. I couldn't. I would have had it would just die right there on the spot.
So my girlfriend set this up. It was a complete surprise. She said, we're going to do this. I said, in fact, I didn't even know what we were doing. I knew we were going to Park City, but she wouldn't tell me anything else. I love this idea for several reasons, but I'll just kind of give you the backstory or give some of these others that maybe don't or haven't done the experience. So we pull up into like this industrial park, and I'm thinking, whoa, what are we doing here?
You're gonna get killed.
And there's no logos on anything. There's no traffic anywhere. It's like we are one car in Park City in an industrial park. And I'm thinking, okay, well, this is sweet. What are we going to do? We go up and park. Nobody's there, right? The group's not even there to open the door yet or whatever. And we're a little bit early, maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And so I start saying, what are we doing up here? And so she goes through the idea, well, we're going to paint, and they have drinks. And so basically, we go into this building, and it may have changed since this, but it's very cold, right? It's very industrial, right? It's like, come up these creaky stairs up here to the top. This is usually where we do our molestation. And so we go up there.
There's Paul gagging.
So we go up there, and they go through this thing, and it was a ton of fun, actually, just being with my girlfriend and sharing that experience. And we painted two of the biggest pieces of crap in the world. But she has them up in her office, which is amazing. right? And people come in and they're like, where did you get those pieces of art? And, we laugh about it, but the experience was great. But all the things as I left, I thought, that is sketch. I would never do that on my own, right? It was cold when you were actually doing it, and the thing that made it warm was being there with somebody that you know. But having the option to have food, having the warmth, and having the ability to go to different venues and have different experiences, I think it's a great idea. But the one question that I had is, so when you go to these places, it seems like you guys are separating, or that the people that are painting will be separated from the main dining audience. Is that correct?
That's correct to an extent. Because we have an instructor, certainly they don't want us to infringe upon their diners. But we won't be out of view. So like at Martine, we're gonna be upstairs. I mean, people can see what's going on. I painted a giant sign for us, so we'll have that on display. So if people, is this kind of where you're going with this?
Yeah, yeah.
So people can see that and be
Yes.
like,
What's going
Yes.
on over there? Why are people painting in the
Totally.
restaurant? We talked about that. We want to actually have, as you said, the sign set up, and it's like kind of the welcome instead of just industrial spot. It's people know, okay, we're going to this art vintage. It's at Desert Edge. They can find it, and then the people who just come in for dinner are like, well, that looks like a great time. Oh, I've seen that in Park City. They're doing it at Desert Edge now, and catches on.
And you have plans, you know, you said aside some food and materials, but
Yes.
we see that and say, let's do it
totally.
on
the
site.
spot.
Right.
So we have, oh, go ahead.
Well, I just had a question. Have you talked to like so Epic? You know, they don't have a venue, but would they consider partnering up with like I don't know, you had a group of people who wanted to go somewhere else, they
Yeah.
had their own building.
Would they kind of cater?
Yeah, would they cater or do something remote?
Yes and no. We haven't pushed that avenue.
Right, because we haven't had to yet.
We haven't had to. I mean, it was something we kind of went out and probed to see what these venues think, and they were positive about it. To be perfectly honest, we haven't really gone into the logistics factor making it happen with them. But that's what we want to do. Something like Epic, who doesn't have a venue, but they're a name in the community. They partner with other groups and they want to be involved. Yeah, can we set up a new venue and can you guys partner up with us? Can you sell on the spot for a place that has a liquor license your own for unique beers?
Epic loves doing that.
Yeah.
They have a separate event
Right,
set.
absolutely. I know they partner with a lot of nonprofits.
If that was the question, can they do that?
Can they?
Right.
And then we were seeing if they were interested. We haven't, I mean, because we're a small group, it's been class, busy schedules and stuff. We haven't completely dove into that. But that's like, we just kind of put the feelers out, got a response, and we're like, all right, yeah, that's the next step. If we build upon this, you know, I'd be the one I want to target Epic because I want to have,
These look like great.
I just want to drink and paint it, so that's all I did.
I had a couple questions I wondered if you're going to answer them
Yeah.
further on in the slideshow. The first is, what's cool now is I see why some of those things don't work because of the anecdotal experience that you're describing and like why warmth and that stuff would be great. I'm curious about price parity, like what you're
Yeah.
doing with pricing. So I'd like to know more about that because that would influence whether or not I would attend. And then I'd also like to know whether or not you thought about altering the venue seems like a great idea because I'm thinking to myself about how you're going to capture and create repeat customers and how you're going to capture referrals. So the two things, I'll tell you what happened for me is with your story makes me want to find someone to go do painting with because now I want to do one and then want to hang it up somewhere and it'll be hilarious and we'll have, right?
And I would try it again now, where before I would not. That would have been a one-time deal,
So-
but now I would try it
So
again.
I'm yet to be convinced. So by the way, the idea is awesome. I'm just helping you understand
Yeah, yeah.
what will get me over the hurdle about it. First, I'd like to understand how the pricing is going to work, and then I'd like to understand how I can imagine myself doing that more than once. And then the most important thing for me is, can I make a painting with my little pony?
Yes.
Okay.
All right,
Sorry.
you can teach whatever you want. We got one May 23rd out of what we're
Actually, the
gonna
first one, April 29th, the artist was going to do a painting of
Sasquatch? I know.
I'm so in.
Yeah,
Right?
That's cool.
so we just
You
got him
should
over
do that.
there.
Are you kidding me? You can be my date. You can wear a black t-shirt.
Oh my god, I forgot about it. So, now I have so many things to tell you about. Okay, next thing.
Sorry.
we're gonna focus.
It's delightful to have you talk through this with us. So continue rolling. I want to be mindful of the time in our next person.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. Okay. So the next thing, on track artists. So something really cool that we want to do. I have some paintings I can teach people, but it's much cooler if we can tap into all of the local artists and have one of them
artists to deal, like, it's like asking me, metaphorically speaking, dude, are you going on a bike ride with a bunch of like friends? And I'd be like, yeah, that sounds awesome.
So it's interesting. Yeah, it's totally true, and that's been one of the hardest parts is getting the artists. And one of the groups that I reached out to was the art teaching program at the University of Utah.
And
We got
Oh,
some
well, they're
networks.
totally down.
They're in. We've got to have some people. There were some people who are in the program, and there are some recent graduates. And one of the issues with them as students or recent graduates is, can you pay us?
Right.
It's like, that works in the pricing model. Do we have a local artist who says, I want to come out and paint and help? Or do we have a student who says, can I get $50? And how does that work into our, literally case-by-case, event-by-event pricing models?
Right. So to kind of address this artist problem, which is where it's been, I have a couple good friends who are artists that I kind of been bouncing this idea off of them for a few months now.
and they're still not persuaded, despite the fact
So
that you got a reality warping kind of energy.
I know. I was like,
I can't paint, and I'm ready to like be really like, art's easy and fun. Let's build Sasquatch together.
That's good. So actually, I got one of them talked into this. She's doing our kickoff event. The issues with working with the artists have been as follows. They don't normally when they commission a painting, their process normally cannot be condensed into 2 hours.
Sure.
You know what I mean? For just Joe Blow off the street to come paint something. Also, they usually make more money off of commissions than what I can pay them to come paint this class for teach this class for 2 hours. Those are the big issues, those two things. And some of them have no teaching experience. They kind of feel weird about that whole realm. So I finally got an artist talked into doing our kickoff on April 29th. She specializes in kind of like painting monsters or things into like Bob Ross paintings. And so she wanted to teach everyone to paint a Sasquatch to do a Bob Ross.
See, that is awesome. I'll pay $500 to have a Sasquatch painting. Guys, put that at my house and be like, what's that? Like, yeah, it's a Sasquatch painting.
It's amazing. Right?
Pretty awesome.
You know you just signed up for an event.
I
right?
know.
My dream would be I want a ginormous the monolithic version of the Sasquatch, and I'll give it to Ken as a gift, and his mom will be like, this is for you. I handed it myself. It's really important to me. You don't have to hang it up in this giant anteroom. Just people come over on the venture dudes and be like, yeah, that's great, Sasquatch, awesome.
And mountain.
So curiosity, is this who's featured at Estee in Sugar House right now? The artist?
Yes, yeah, Kat, yeah, totally.
Awesome stuff. Good.
She sold a couple of Sasquatches on it.
There's also things that would be interesting to me, be calligraphy, typography, brush painting.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's what caught my attention early on, and I was kind of throwing things beyond what her initial goal was, which is other mediums, and going out branching out just from acrylic paints or whatever the case may be. But hey, instead of doing acrylic Sasquatch at Desert Edge, we're going to be doing calligraphy at wherever. And so that's how you maybe get those repeat customers who say, okay, we did it at this venue, this venue, this venue. Yeah.
What are we addressing? Next up. Okay, pricing model.
That's it?
Yeah, so listen.
Shit, you could have charged me like 10
Well, that's what
times
we're going to
more.
talk about, and this is definitely, I know you mentioned we were going to have this kind of dialogue here. We need you. So, can I go first, or is this about this, or something else?
Well, it's related a little
All right,
bit.
can you wait?
Yeah, it's fascinating.
I want to explain more. Is this about this?
I want to explain more.
Can you wait?
I can.
Okay. So I just want to explain more.
Yeah, I get it.
So we want to, typically, our pricing is based off of comparables, right? So go to one of these studios. You pay anywhere between $30 and $45 to do this, right? That's standard. And all you get are paints, right? You don't get any food. You go to that studio, and that's it. You buy your wine, whatever. So I was trying to get in that same range, maybe undercut them a little bit. But it includes food. I don't know. Is this ridiculous?
Do you include the cameras too?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You get everything.
So
Way too low.
what is so I'm working out your comparable.
Okay.
Comparable is
The Luster's warehouse.
a dinner. So the comparable for me, if I were I can imagine
down plate.
It's heavier
like,
nerves though, isn't it?
But I
But
feel
still,
like
it's going
I'm
to-
ripping them off at $75. I feel like I'm winning. Like I'll do that all
You
day.
can do one-time charges.
I wouldn't have a problem with that.
No,
Yeah, I think
So-
75.
Yeah.
So I have a
sounds
really
good.
good analog for you.
It's always easier to go down in price.
Really?
So I have a really good friend who owns. I'm like a huge nerd. People that know me from our cohorts.
You're totally trying to get this out now.
I have to make sure that. So when I say this, nobody judges.
Okay, LARPing. Is it LARPing?
No, not that.
It's like, no, not me.
Not that.
Somewhere someone is like,
It's like on the spectrum of nerdiness, almost that bad.
okay, I'm ready.
So like I'm way into like miniatures wargaming and
What?
stuff. And I like paint miniatures and I do
Okay.
that for a hobby.
That's
And-
badass.
Yeah, and I'm like really into it. It's a huge industry, okay? My friend started a business in Spanish Fork. It's a painting studio. Now that has absolutely nothing to do with your business.
Mhm.
What he decided was, as he was doing his studio, he said, man, he's like, I love doing this. I have all these employees that love it. I want to start having a place where people can do basically this, but it's like a vacation. Like it's like Nerdvana. So basically, he started a thing called Valhalla, which all of his friends, we all did the same thing. You can't do this. It's a stupid, Sean. You don't have the money to do it. He went and rented a venue up in Sundance. He got like a cabin, so it wasn't music, and he just put some feelers out there, kind of like you guys did, asked the industry, and he wasn't sure how to price it, kind of like this too. So he ended up having like everybody come out for like 3-day vacation from all around the world, people coming out to come and game, like play these huge nerdy games, stay in overnight. He provided food, all that stuff, so kind of like you're doing. His biggest problem with that experiment was he underpriced it the first time. Now he does like it's kind of like yours. It's at different venues every time, and he does about 4 a year. Now you guys probably do more than that, but he's doing 4. These are like vacations. Okay.
You're worried that they're going to lock in or
I think you're going to lock in because the first year he had to lock in at this price because he set the expectations. This is what it's going to be, and then the next year he had to set the price a lot higher. So the way he got around that is he got industry experts to come and he invited for free people that were designing games. He had them come out so you could hang out with these cool game designers that nerds work with, right? So
That's cool.
So I would very, very much pay attention to your pricing model. That's the one thing I take away. And I think, like, I'm not into paintings, but my wife isn't either. But we would do this. We would come out and do this for $80 to $100 a person.
Totally.
Easily. Easily.
No, that's
Because the way Sean looks at it now, my buddy Sean, he says, okay, I priced this wrong. I priced this just based on what the analogs are for dinner. Like, this is essentially what you're doing. He said that I'm pricing this for like a stay at a hotel. What I should have done was price this for a stay at a hotel, food for like a week, and then the value I'm providing of the service of getting people together and playing games. You're getting people together to paint, and that's the extra you need to price for.
And above and beyond that, they have something they're taking home that they will remember.
Right, yeah, I think
It's so experience driven, Ashley. It's so experience driven. And then look at who makes the deciding factor. I'm not making the decide, but I'm going to tell my girlfriend no. It's
Right,
$80. It's $80 a person, and we're doing it. No, we're not. That's not going to happen, right? And then when you look at, not to tie up your time, but I was just thinking, as you guys look at venues and you're getting repeat business, have you thought about theme-based stuff? Oh, we're an Italian restaurant. We're going to bring in an artist that's good with landscaping.
Totally.
We're going to be painting Italian scenery, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, that changes it. But as far as bringing the artists in, I can tell you from my client base and my business, not only the $100 for the experience, but the name dropping of who was teaching the lesson.
Sure.
And if those pieces of work, like Kenny said, he knew those pieces immediately from another place. If those pieces of work were on display in the restaurant for a month, right, and those people could buy those pieces of art, then you have a little leverage against the artist as far as saying, we can drive your business. Because I can tell you, artists go and they give free time all the time.
Sure.
That ends up bupkis. Nobody buys the thing.
That's interesting. What were you gonna say? I know. I'm sorry what you were saying.
It's like totally gonna win one down to come together. Oh wait.
Art supplies?
Yeah.
Cost of supplies, is that a big factor?
Art supplies are pretty easy to buy in bulk. Like my full cost for art supplies per person is quite low, and I can reuse much of it. You know what I mean? Like brushes, easels, aprons, drop cloths. Paints I'll have to replenish every once in a while. So basically, the per person cost is a canvas, which I can get pretty cheaply.
I think this example mirrors build a sense of the
Pricing
of
on
your
the
pricing in that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Pricing's been the toughest part.
Do you guys
and I
think
really
that,
think that your advice about anchoring is exactly right. It's like, this is a case where if you just rolled on and treated your analog painting businesses as painting businesses,
Right.
you would miss the opportunity to premium price this.
do you think the premium pricing also is sort of the perception that we're offering a better, bigger service than these others? Charging $80 makes people go, okay, we can go to the 41 and the Leicester spot, or we can go to Desert Edge and like a cool place that we know, downtown Salt Lake. Like, yeah, this is the one to go to. It's $40 more, but that's way better. Like that,
Talking a little bit about the artists, I married into a family of artists, and they're very like loyal to their gallery. They're very like every so often I'm like, oh, we should do website or something. It's like, yeah, I piss off my galleries. My galleries are my bread and butter. So I would try and go like hit Phillips Gallery and some of the hot galleries and say, we want to do a promotion to promote your artists. Have them come in and we'll do a thing that way. So that would be a good way to like, because the top tier artists, John in the valley would be loyal to galleries.
How would you like to promote all of your artists?
There's a gallery up in Park City that's I forgot the name of it all. And the Phillips Gallery is a big deal. Like my brother-in-law that's building up his reputation is like, oh, Phillips Gallery. They're very selective of who they let in. And I never thought much. I thought it's just a cool place to go on a gallery stroll. So.
Very cool.
Just one more thing that
Yeah.
we learned in that first round, and this is something you could do, kind of going along with that last statement, is he reserved, he had limited space, I'm sure you're going to have limited space too, but he reserved 2 slots for word of mouth, like people he knew would do word of mouth advertising for him,
Right.
but that were skeptical. So he grabbed me and one of my buddies, because I was like, no, Sean, this is a bad idea. Like, I know your business model, I help you with your accounting, like, this is a bad idea, you do not have the money. He invited me out, and I became a believer, and so did my other buddy, who we started sending out, emails to people, like completely independent. Like, this was such a great experience, whatever. So I wouldn't, find out what your revenue model needs to be, but leave two, maybe 3 slots open for the very first one you do, so you can get those people. Maybe it's gallery people or people who are involved in that are going to have connections to either groups of artists or the clientele you want,
Totally.
and have them come in. That's the only other piece of advice.
Totally.
Interesting.
Yeah, walk-ins.
I want to be conscious of our time. There's more things I want to get in before.
So yeah, go ahead and do your thing. I will contain myself.
Can you?
Yeah.
I forget what we're doing, but the big thing that I wanted to kind of push to the group. So we do a website. We are launching. We have that first event on April 29th, and then the next one is May 16th at Martine, and the one after that is May 23rd in Lise. A big part of the marketing is, like you said, word of mouth, right? And I've got. Did you pull it up? Don't. All right, I made this. So, anyways, so we have our website live. You can sign up on there, but the word of mouth, social media thing is kind of to me. I want it. I know it's one of those things that'll pick up, like once people go and they tell their friends and then yada yada. But how do you get there?
Take people's photos while they're doing it, post it up on a Facebook page for our
I've
Tag.
totally done
and
that.
then people will come on there and pin themselves, and then all their friends will see it on
Right.
the timeline.
He's a YouTube channel for his, and he posts like videos from the events, and he just tells them like, you don't want to be on. They sign waivers if you don't want to be on YouTube, no problem. But like, he did that a lot, and a lot
Right.
of people get on and be like, oh man, it looks so cool, kind of the same thing.
You can still franchise in other cities.
I can.
Yeah.
Well, that's what all the other ones are doing.
You bring
I'm
us
not.
up.
What am I giving them?
All top cash money is just like I made billions off this.
So I do want
And you're right. If you got this model dialed, like as soon as you can get, I'm sure Ken is over there right now working out how to do that. But like,
I already registered all the domains for it.
Art and Vintage dash Louisiana.
Dot biz.
Tom Aaron and I started a business.
It's already done. But you're absolutely right. Getting this, there's nothing kind of that prevents this model from being just rolled out everywhere.
Right. Well, and so the studio one is franchised frequently. Like I don't think Pavement Store is, but the one in Murray is a franchise.
But if you can get into the right places, what I mean is, because then you leverage your website and your interaction and all of your, I mean, everybody's looking at like, well, we're going to go to Louisiana.
That's true.
Well, it's the
That's
venues
kind of
too.
where I'm at.
It's the venues that are key and where it's happening. It's the word of mouth because there's people in Desert Edge and they see it. People who like Desert Edge and then go, I want to come back here to do that event, and that happens in every single city.
And I want to point out, so Paint Mixer, which we have lovingly dubbed Molester Shed or whatever, is, so they, thank you. They actually rolled out this week during this downtown Salt Lake City. Not even kidding. They this week started with different restaurants, obviously, but yeah, they're.
And it was not how
happening.
it was not going when we started
Oh,
talking
no
about
way.
this. So we have a feeling that someone saw her idea, picked up on the idea in the community and said we need to do this
We have
immediately
mutual
because there's a competitor coming in, and she's already got some venues locked down. They've got a couple, but there's instant competition.
Oh yes, I suppose that's another interesting puzzle is that you want to try to. This is a interesting site land grab, turf grab. Is it?
They have one thing that, as I just told her as we were looking over this, is that they still have all their overhead. They still have to maintain their core business.
Right. I don't have any
At their
overhead.
studio. So that's their little satellite business. This is the core of this business. And if we can tap into that and lock in some venues up front, kind of swamp them out.
Could you use your website and word of mouth just to spread the word and convince these restaurants to organize it themselves and pay for the artists and all that? And all you do is send
Interesting.
them people.
Oh, do you send them people?
Because it seems like there's a huge organization and customer acquisition cost and being willing to planting these and getting set. But restaurants are used to putting on events a lot, and these are very simple.
Right. I mean, it depends. It depends. I know you said bringing in the people is a big benefit that we could provide to them. I don't know that restaurants do have the staff to put on an event per se. A lot of them have event directors, but for the most part, those people are usually also servers. I mean, those people are usually also bartenders. Perfect.
But yeah, that's a
So
really
that's an
good point.
interesting
Basically,
idea,
let them
though.
cover that
Kind
and
of-
we funnel the people through.
Or at least cover the art.
Cover the
Yeah.
rest.
Don't forget the Utah Arts Festivals at the end of June. I mean, if you can get a booth or even be a presence there,
Awesome.
because the artists saw you. I just know I've got a daughter who's an artist and she works with a curator. This is in St. George.
Oh,
And
okay.
she actually has gone to different art galleries and talked to them, and just to build the network. She's trying to build her network now to get into places. She would love the opportunity to come and
Get
start
in front of
and
people.
show her style of painting. She does a little bit more abstract in what she does, but I mean, depending on whatever it is. If you were at the art festival, so her whole thing, the only vacation she wants this whole summer is to be at that Utah Arts Festival, which I know artists and people of that nature are going to come. I mean, a lot of people that are coming to look at this stuff, they'll be there, and if you could be a presence there, that would be huge, especially get your name out there.
We've gotten that for gallery stroll as well.
The foodie equivalent of that is Dinerant.
That's totally true. Most of these restaurants participate in that around too.
But I think you're more interested in the people that go to Dinerant than you are in the
Of course.
restaurants. It's pretty easy
Of
to
course.
find in the restaurants.
Yes. Oh yeah. That's been the easiest part. So.
Also, meetup.com. Do you use Meetup?
I have.
Go
I
in
don't.
post all of their
Familiar.
food-related
Groups.
groups. Yeah, all their members, like Wine News, I think is what it's called. Or something.
Okay.
There's 900 people in it.
Well,
To get it out too, you could also just double your price, then do like a Groupon.
Yeah, that's how we found out about it.
right. I know that they also did a
But
Groupon.
just make sure you double your price before you
They did a Groupon.
It's not worth
But
it.
then does that create people just like waiting for the next Groupon to come
Yeah,
out?
initially it would. So it would be, I would assume you do it as like a one-time blast,
Yeah.
just to get it out, and make sure you do have it higher, so that way when you're real pricing, you figure that out.
Good point.
So I'm sure we will.
So I think the key to this is that this is still experimentation, and this is all great feedback. Even the first events are experimentation. Pricing we need to get up front so we don't drop it, but this first real deal is going to be a test to getting people in, getting the artists in, getting them in and out, how much food we have. So
It'll be event stage.
it's all an experiment still.
So
And I think
will you please add me because I'm gonna not know how to do this. Will you just please call me when?
Yes.
did you just go out to find a date?
I went to It's Monday the 29th is the.
Yeah, Monday the 29th. We're doing Salt Lake.
It's not Sasquatch on Monday the 29th.
No, I want to do the.
We will. We'll get inside.